Welcome back. We are into the last game of the European segment. That's going to be Train. AGG has pick, and they are starting on the T side. So it appears we may have a wall of smoke coming onto the site. Split the site in half, try and get the bomb plant down in the site. Many people coming via Pop Dog. You can see Adren is on the site itself, going to take down the bomb carrier, which is going to fall into the smoke. Definitely retrievable though. Rollin has picked it up and he's going to move all the way through into the B bomb site. So I wonder if this was the original intention. Waylander is on the site itself, hasn't been spotted just yet, but he needs to get a frag fast because he's being faced by two people at the very least. The bomb should go down. So we've got the final two CTs on the site itself. And you can see that Rollin has been taken down, so there's a man advantage for the T's despite that loss, but he needs to find these frags quickly because they are definitely encroaching on the site. Hooch has a kit, Dozier has some Kevlar. Dozier heavily tagged though, and Hyper's committed himself to the cause. There's no Molotov on these two Ts, and the bomb's being defused in the smoke. Just in time, Hooch will take the round for his team. 1-0 to Gambit.
CT side starting off with the monies. It's always nice for them CTs.
It's not nice, it's nice.
Though, to be honest, if I was AGG, I would feel very, very tempted to force buy in the situation and just try to overrun them somewhere because it's potentially very strong if you have that kind of a drill. That said, you know, the AKs, when you do get the AKs, you can play contact plays and try to play for the aim battles. AGG, the fact that they were inconsistent on their individual skill in the previous match does make me favor a Tech9 rush in around like this. As you can see, you know, they'll try to execute with a couple smokes and maybe get a bomb down, but in reality, they're just going to get completely crushed. And it's very hard in Train to really do anything in this kind of position. So we won't see anything really from them. Now we get the AKs though. And yeah, so MP9's still out for Gambit. Famos there as well for Waylander, and you'll have to see. We'll have to see if AGG can be successful on the picks. I'd be surprised if they would go for just a straight up execute or something. Hopefully, we'll see them trying to create an opportunity. Then, if they can do so, then we'll get to see how they're going to play that advantage or disadvantage. Ooh, and then they do wow, fast push towards the quad area just straight away out of team main. And that's actually going to give them a couple of frags. So speaking of advantages and playing them, that's a pretty nice advantage that they have. A lot of damage there onto Dozier as well. So, and there's loads of time left in the round too for them to play with.
Bomb is still in control of the T side as well. And again, Gambit are spread all over the place at the moment. They've got one player over towards IV, one on the bomb train itself on A, and one on the bomb train itself on B. And they're just waiting, as are AGG, making sure they make no mistakes as they try to capitalize on the advantage that has been afforded to them. So we've got Furlan moving onto the site now, where Adren is being very sneaky indeed. Will he check it? Adren has to be careful because of his silencer. Come out at the same time, and Furlan will win the duel. So 4 versus 2 now. The bomb should be safely rotating towards the B bomb site, as both CTs appear to be retreating towards A, towards IV, towards the save. So being spotted, and finally the bomb will go down. And there we go. Hooch actually rotating towards T spawn perhaps. So yeah, just in the middle of A. So after a good start, Gambit going to be reset, excuse me, by the T side here. Ruby Furlan going on the hunt while Repo stays close to the bomb. So again, this is the pick of AGG. So we will see how good they can be on it. They have a coach on the server as well.
I just realized this was a very, very long round. Actually, very long round indeed. And they're just going to steal away an AK right at the end of it. So, a lot of damage done. But it's okay. For AGG, they get another buy-in. Ooh, that's actually not good. Because they, yeah, they really needed a player to drop, to be honest. So, they can have a lot more grenades. That's not going to happen really now. So, instead, they're going to have a very low amount of grenades. A Galil being forced onto Hyper. I'd really like to see one of the players swap the AK with Hyper's Galil, because Hyper arguably is the best individual player on the team.
It's funny just watch him running, staring at the ceiling like that to get a bit of a right-click flash going. I wonder where that would have dropped. Well, we're going to have Mo on the high ground, quickly distinguished by Furlan. who is now charging forward to get himself some more frags. There are still 2 CTs on the site, but are yet to get anything. 5 versus 1 now. Gambit getting absolutely wrecked in the smoke. I mean, what do you even say about that? Just people running through smoke and shooting other people. Is literally what happened on the A site there, leaving Waylander alone, wondering what happened to his team. They're probably wondering as well.
I think this is the way as well for AGG to win this match, is by playing aggressively and getting like a really significant T side. Because I think the CT side will be much harder for them, because Gambit are going to play that super slow style again. That's very frustrating for AGG. And you know, maybe they're going to be quite on point with the picks, because you've got, you know, Mo in there with the AWP potentially. It could get quite annoying and messy. But AGG, you know, one of their strengths that they've shown, and one of the contrasting stylistic plays or choices of how to play the game that they show is their hyper aggression. And now we have the situation whereby they've actually kind of crushed Gambit's money, so they could potentially string a lot of rounds together. And I want to keep seeing them just going out with these angels into the yard, just trying to batter down Gambit. That's going to be a fun clash of styles. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Just one player down, and that's the only loss that they'll suffer. So, nice all around there. I wonder if they're just going to keep going yard. Let's do it.
Why not? I'd like to see that.
Yard rush, let's go.
Seems that Gambit have not figured out how to handle the bedlam of all those smokes and flashes in the A yard, so why not go for it once again? Let's have a look and see what the play is going to be. So we've got a bunch of T's going towards A main. It seems it's going to be indeed a fast charge straight into the A site. We've got the smokes coming out now. Then there are 4 CTs on the site itself, but last time they all got wrecked. Are they going to get wrecked again? We've got Dozier using those flames to his advantage towards Ivy to take down one of the first players. And now you have the CTs rotating towards the back, but Mo's quite deep inside the front. 2 frags for him, finally going to get traded, but that's a nice start for the CT side. Only got Hyper and Groovy here, 2 versus 4. In favour of the CTs. Can they get back to winning ways? Got some pre-fire coming in from Hyper, and it's going to pay off, leaving a man advantage for the CTs now. Waylander still over towards the B-bomb site, rotating towards CT. He might end up meeting Hyper towards Ivy if he starts going backwards, and indeed he is moonwalking in Waylander's direction. So Waylander might get a free kill on the last play here, and indeed he will. 3 players surviving for Gambit. We'll see if Hooch can upgrade his Mag 7. He doesn't have the time, unfortunately. So things are evened up, but he will remain with the shotgun.
Indeed, Gambit bring themselves back into the action. And AGG pretty much showing their hand already with the aggression. I mean, they seem way more capable when rounds play like that on the Mirage as well, than if they are forced to take it really slow. So forward smokes here by the CTs as well to try to deter their opponents from playing aggressively against them. But in this round, you know, AGG are going to give up that aspect. They're going to say, all right, we will concede this, we will play it slow. Or, you know, we'll just wait for the smokes at the very least. They set up 2 on alleyway. It would be nice to see those 2 players on alley try to start creating some space there. Because if they're able to create space there, a push can be based upon their position. As, you know, they can start getting out there, and once they start to split the defense, the players coming out from Pop and T-Main will become very deadly indeed. And here they go, they're going to get out of T-Main. Dozier wins the battle there, quad. And all these one-on-ones looking good here for the T side though. They're out of alley, but they can't get the frag that they need to actually claim the bomb site. I think slowing down a little bit.
Well, the bomb appears to be moving towards B now with the entire team. And again, it's going to be Waylander over there on his own. Adren is way far away looking towards Ivy from the other side of the A site. Mo playing connector covering Adren's back, and he can quickly try to rotate over towards the B-bomb site. But it seems it's going to be Pop Dog actually that the T's are going to come into. Mo perhaps hearing some sounds is waiting now. Going to be smoked out of his position, but he can wait for Adren to try and run distraction and perhaps charge through the sites. There's no flashes onto either of them. Coming through the smoke, it's not going to pay off for him. And Adren has to reset his position. Find the holes, try and run distraction while the inevitable rotation comes in from the B site. That's Waylander, but he is going to get picked up by Furlan, leaving Adren alone versus 2. He doesn't have a kit, he doesn't have any nades, just needs to shoot these people in the face. But look how far away they are. There's surely no way he can win this round. 10-second defuse just is not going to happen here. First good frag, but even if he finds a second, he needs to find a kit. I don't think he's got time for a 10-second defuse here. Oh, he has indeed found a kit as well, so there we go. Adren, the clutch king with 100 ping to hold for Gambit.
indeed 3-4. So, you know, I felt like AGG were going to pull some momentum together. Still have the opportunity to do so. They're going to get the buy, and Ryan goes instantly for is that a Krieg? Is that a Krieg?
It's an auto sniper.
It's an auto sniper.
Yeah.
This monster's pretty far away, and I'm pretty sick
It's
of
a
that.
GS3 G1.
I thought for a second we would see a Krieg. I would like to see a Krieg. Why does someone buy Kriegs? But yeah, we got the
G3S G1. I'll never remember that.
You don't see the auto sniper purchased on the T side too often, actually. It's much more commonly on the CT side.
Yeah, I think it's quite dangerous to purchase it on the T side, because if you lose the round and the CTs pick it up, that's going to be much more powerful for them than it is for you, because most of the time the CT is going to be holding angles rather than the Ts. So
yeah.
It's really not favourable to pick it up in almost any scenario on the T side.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to see it just coming out of, because they're so strapped for money as well. You know, we could have seen maybe an AWP and nades.
Could it be a typo?
A
Because it's Ryan, right? He's probably pressed 6 instead of 5, B4 6 instead of B4 5, because he wants the AWP. He doesn't want an auto sniper. So I can only imagine it was a mistaken purchase.
Oh, well, anyway, we do have a 5 versus 3, so far so good for Mr. Auto Sniper. Ooh. Pick is won though by Mr. Mo, and we do have a nice boost there in secret as well. See Ryan with that auto sniper. The Blat is looking for something. Looking for something. But so far there is nothing. Can he jump there? Really trying to bait somebody out here.
Yeah, Mo, I believe, is actually crouching. Yeah, he is. So perhaps he realizes what peril he would be in where he's standing. Well, I think he wouldn't even be visible from that position if he was standing, actually, but there we go. We won't know too much. The AGG side are all on the A site. You can see Repo pushing far to try and body block, allow Rylan to plant the bomb, and indeed Rylan will be able to do so. We've got Hooch and Mo at the back of A towards the Ivy area, and Dozier coming in through Pop, it seems. There is a kit onto Hooch, so this is definitely doable, but they will need to find the picks fast. Well, let's see. Are they going to commit to it? I mean, Mo's pushing, but Dozier's still above the Pop. And that kill probably is going to put a stop to the advances. Yeah, Dozier never made it down the ladder. I mean, obviously it is quite a dangerous thing to do for him. So he's going to try and save from this position, just keeping an eye in case anyone's trying to use it for an exit stratego. The AWP and the M4 will be saved unless Dozier meets up with somebody. That's not going to happen. So 4-4, and the auto sniper story continues.
I'm happy to see that, just so that we can see what the result will be. If there's something maybe in mind, maybe if it was on purpose. So, I mean, it's always going to be great shooting through smokes, and there often can be, you know, massive, you know, smoke fests on this map. So I have to see if that is indeed the intended use. But we've got the jumble sail buy coming up into contact with the T aggression, and Mo is there to back it up with the AWP. Picks up the kills. Bomb is down now, laying there on the floor. Mo, such efficiency on the AWP. 2 versus 1 now. Gruby on no HP, but he'll collect the bomb at least. And unfortunately for Gruby, there is the 2 players are going to be sticking together, so this should be pretty impossible for him. But that's why they're going to split up now. Bomb is going to be planted on the train. I think it's been heard by Dozier. You just hear the bomb ticking away there. Gruby trying to reposition, going. Is he going to go up heaven? Looks like he's just going to chill by the ladder. Okay, there we go. Now he's going to have a good vantage point. He's actually got the frag, the first one. He's got such low HP, just 1 bullet will do it. Dozier with the rifle, and there it is. He shall claim the kill. Pick up the Asimov.
Another round in the bag for Gambit, which allows them to get back to winning ways, because they won 2, lost 1, and now they've won another one. Although it's been their last 2 rounds. They've won 5 rounds, 3 of which have been diffuses, and AGG have won 2 rounds by bomb explosion as well. So there are lots of plants happening in this so far, which means that AGG are getting probably much further into bomb sites than is comfortable for the Gambit side. But let's keep an eye on if they are choosing to play aggressive or passive. Mo's going, well, there's some aggression for you. Mo's pushed all the way through some smoke on Ivy and has warped somebody into oblivion. And Furlan is wondering what's going on. He's outside main, just having a look down there. So some paranoia now on the AGG side, and that may slow them down. Adren's playing close to the Pop Dog at the moment. Other than that, AGG currently holding formation. 4 players in A for the CT side of Dozier, positioned to rotate and help Waylander should he be required.
Nice mag position. Hyper's going to crush him though, so sad times there. And now the 4 versus 4 continues into the bomb site. Mo, it's a bit of flames there. Has to back away, still connects the angle on the fall away. So that's a nice shot from him. Bomb will be planted though, and it's like Gambit just completely eating through these players. Surviving 3, which is quite a nice result to be honest. And that's the defuse for Mo. Mo having some great shots. And Mo has just been so much better than he used to be like a few months ago. He has really improved, which is nice to see. And now AGG, they don't really have enough money to get the buy in there. So for the time being, they're just going to have to sit tight, maybe buy a few pistols, maybe a couple of smokes and a flash, and just pray that they can get another bomb down and a couple of kills. But that's really the best expectation they can possibly have. Gambit looking to crush any aggression with their superior arsenal. Say Arsenal, James. You must say Ars.
What?
Arsenal.
What on earth did you just say?
Never mind, James. I do not want to explain.
I can only imagine what goes on in the mind of DDK.
You're one to talk, James. You're one to talk. you have the most perverted mind of all time.
Who said anything about perverts?
I did, James.
Oh.
I just did. Alright, so it looks like, as expected, AGG will get crushed in this round. I mean, they will be able to buy in the next round, of course, but I mean, one thing we didn't really see is anything happening with the auto sniper. It amounted to nothing. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. I don't think Adren would have knifed him anyway, but
I think he would have. Otherwise, so? Why is he doing that? Yeah.
He just does it because it's fun.
It's not fun. There's no fun to be had in Counter-Strike, Dan. You kill.
Only killing.
Yeah. That's all. That's all there is. It's pure. Something. 3-round lead for the Gambit side. We've got the 5 AKs onto the T's. We've got the... so it is for the pop flash below. I like it. So Furlan he basically runs looking at the ceiling, and when he sees a certain part of the ceiling, he right-click, drops a flashbang to pop flash down there. Yesterday, obviously, this was a problem. We had people holding on the CT side with AWPs. We had double peaks going on because people weren't flashing it. We could see Furlan is very, very thorough about his approach to train B. So that is good to see. He's doing a good job there, Dan. A good job is being done.
That's good. That's good. That's what we like to see. So right now, Gambit's just waiting in passive positions, more or less. They got one close to the B ramp and one further back. Generally speaking, you just want to deny. You can allow the plant to go down, but you just want to deny yard control, just overall yard control. And it's one of those spots where survival is key. But the player that's close is very likely just going to get sacked. He's completely isolated now, and he needs to get a couple of kills. Ideally, 1-for-1 is not really acceptable, but he does have extra support now. We've got 3 players here for Gambit. So AGG, I mean, they're throwing all the nades. They are baiting out some counter grenades from the CTs, and okay, now they're going to decide to double back. And it's taken so long that I think Gambit, despite being 2 players here, they're expecting this. Mo already in position with York. He's going to pick up the first frag. We'll get Rylan though, able to take down Mo's support. Mo forced to go to the heaven area, still picks up another kill. And here we go, 2 versus 3 for the T's. It's going pretty well. They've actually entered now a favorable position.
Yeah, Dren is coming out of the Pop Dog. You can see Furlan has an angle on him, but he's getting a bit busy trying to look at other places as well, and that will give Adren the advantage he needs. Clutch King with 100 ping, making another appearance. Adren takes the round, and Dozier will let him get the defuse and pick up the AWP. So Gambit with some momentum now, doing very well on the CT side. Let's have a look and see how this started out. So they won the first 2, lost 3, won 2, lost 1, and have won 4. But so many diffuses coming in. Seems Gambit are content with diffuses, with bomb plants and just going for the retakes afterwards. It's a 4-round lead for the CT side now, and perhaps this is a fast execute onto the A site from AGG. Well, a bunch of smokes and flashes left, and of course shooting those windows does suggest an A, but doesn't always guarantee. So we've got Ivy being smoked off, Base moving down towards Pop Dog, and it looks like it is going to be a push mainly through main itself. Here we go, we've got the CTs just trying to keep control of both sides of that train, but Adren's been taken down. Got the T's advancing now. Hooch going to get traded. The bomb that gets planted after all. And Dozy just looking for somebody to engage while his team come in, but Waylander gets taken down from Connector. We've got Mo at the back of the site near Ivy, but I don't know how much Gambit can really do in this situation, 4 versus 2.
They're just going to finish things straight away. And now it's 8-5, so Gambit's going to spend all that money's going to see an Adren, see a mag on Adren, and AGG. I would like to see a fast round from them again. I mean, previously they've shown that they really like to do that. I think this would be a good spot to go for a contact, like a pretty quick contact play. They have done nice spawns for it, but weirdly they're going to run up into white holes and then run back again. So it sounds like they're getting, you know, some calls past the freeze time. Switching them up a little bit, and we have the push coming in from Gambit right now. And if the money's being read correctly by AGG, they should be able to expect that there could be aggression, or they should be able to anticipate it. And boom! We'll get the first frag there. That is the bomb as well. And that's pretty much GG. That's the round. I mean, they need to, well, it's not necessarily the round, but it's very hard to recover the bomb now. It's going to take a lot of time to do that. The only issue for the CTs, which doesn't make this more favorable, is that it's hard for the other 2 CTs to rotate into the position of the bomb currently. But the bomb is at the top of this Pop Dog area. It's very hard for Repo to get up there. It's hard for Groovy to get up there. And the other Ts are not really near the vicinity of the white holes. So looks like they're just going to try to clear the A bomb site, at least with a couple players first. And we'll see Hooch will actually be able to take 2 frags. That is pretty massive. Very well done there by Hooch. Now 3 versus 2. Bomb still lost, of course. In comes finally an attempt from Furlan, but Waylander will best him, leaving only Ralin, who was alone in the yard as well. So you can, after they lost the bomb, you can see it just sent them into turmoil. I didn't really know how to handle this round.
And last round of the first half as well. Second last round, excuse me. Bit of a disaster there. So we'll see. Ralin has 15 seconds, so I presume he's going to be saving his weapon for the next round, as they'll definitely need it. The Adren is going on the hunt now, so maybe Ralin doesn't get the opportunity. Maybe he does. Right, so you can see the money on the AGG side means Galils, unless they're willing to drop some AKs for some teammates and then take on to the team with a Tech 9 or something, maybe even no armor. We did see that, I think, yesterday in our marathon session. Will we see it in today's marathon session? Doesn't seem so, at least in this particular round. So they're going to actually muster up 2 Galils, 2 AKs, and it seems it's going to be a super fast B. That flash I'm talking about is coming in, but Adren has a smoke to play around with. We have sprays, we have team kills, we have all the things right now. We have indecision. We have Repo getting a frag. Will we have a bomb plant?
So far, there's no bomb plant. Bomb B has been lost now, so the odds for that to even happen is now dropping significantly. As we'll see the CT start to push further and further onto this position, and there it is. Hooch with the shots, with the position, with the win for the team. 10-5 CT half. Pretty nice, to be honest. I actually feel like Gambit should have a pretty easy time closing this one out. But we did see how difficult it was for them to close out the advantages that they've had in the previous matches. So Thorin alluded to the fact that they are quite possibly a very inconsistent side. that they could have good CT halves but bad T halves, good T halves but bad CT halves, depending on the map. So we'll have to see if this follows suit in such a sense as Gambit enter the T side and the pistol round. And we will see Hooch with the Molotov and 2 flashes, and the rest of his teammates with armors. So no smoke grenades, but that Molotov is pretty indicative that they're going for the B plant. And as we can see, they're going to go for it. And the Hooch can stay up top, and he can be ready with the the GG molly. Here you go, Repo to defend, and he's getting pushed back really fast right now. Nice fragging here from Gambit.
Yeah, one man down to either side. The CTs are streaming into the site, but are they going to get the frag? Mo's doing great work here. 2 frags for him, looking for the third one. Very patient with the final bullets, and he's going to get it. Reload coming in, and that is a solid 4-man for Mo. All the CTs standing up like bowling pins and getting knocked down by Mo one by one. So that's a solid pistol for Gambit, and they are looking good to get quite a few rounds on the board here. This is going to be quite a decision for AGG, because once their ecos and such have gone by, they will be quite far behind the Gambit side. So you can see there is a more or less a force buy coming in for the CTs here. Got pistols and armor on all but Ralin, who will be wanting the AWP on the buy round, worst case scenario. Furlan gets things off to a good start. Even though they lost the CT already, they are on the force versus AKs and such, so they'll take that. I think that's a bit of a knife attempt from Ralin there on the bomb itself, but it's not going to work out for him, so Repo's the only one left. He might try and save his armor helmet and 5-7, although Mo and Hooch are quite tagged. There are guns to pick up as well. There we go, he's going to be denied on request.
Yeah, you can see the 4K from Mo in this little clip, and that's always nice to see. It's sad because we couldn't see, the look in the eyes of the CT if he had killed Mo and he would go to defuse the plant, and then the GG molly rise, and then you can see the despair in his face, the hopelessness, the inevitability of a lost round in the eyes of the Flames. But whatever, Mo kills everyone, that's fine too. And Gambit will be looking for the picks staying together, hopefully running a solid anti-eco. We'll see the CTs climbing up the ladder actually. This is interesting, looking like Waylander will shut them down. They will lose a Dren though. The wall was very awkward there for Waylander. He'll pick up the second frag though. And 3 players for the CTs are all on the A-bomb site, and that's exactly where Gambit are going to challenge Cooch with the frag. And they lose only 1 player, but they got pretty close there, 3 down pretty low. And 13 rounds for Gambit now, meaning that they're quite close. But here is the next obstacle. The AWP has come out for Ralin, and we have proper weapons now for the CTs.
So let's have a look at the initial outlay from, or layout rather, from these 2 sides. We've got Dozier and Adren going towards Ivy, where Hyper will be welcoming them with Furlan in for support should it be required. Groovy and Repo over towards B. Repo's playing close. You see Waylander and Hooch are around the pop dog at present. And Mo has been taken down by Ralin, so that is a fast exit from him. Gambit 8 rounds ahead of the CTs at the present. Adren and Dozier moving away from Ivy now. Let's see, Hooch and Waylander just hanging around. Maybe it's going to be a bit of a double peek here for Repo, going for the shoulder peeks himself. He will spot the players and slow them down, whatever their intentions may have been. You can see Groovy coming in for a fast rotation just in case, and Ralin, so they're really pulling the CTs in here, but Gambit are all stocking up behind the B site at the moment. They still have quite a few nades, including 2 Molotovs as well, so if they go for that default plant, then perhaps we will see the usual from the Ts. However, you can see Ralin rotating away from the B site now, so I was going to say there'll be 3 people to contend with, and they will be soon after they start throwing the nades. Indeed, Ralin's back now. Hyper's rotating as well, so we may have a 4 versus 4 situation as we've got 3 Ts pushing down lower B. Repo's moving back, perhaps to go for the retake of his teammates, but this spray through the smoke can't find the player on upper, which is Dozier. There we go, so it's going to be a 4 versus 4 retake here for the CTs. Loads of nades again coming in for the Ts. The Dren going to get caught out first though by Repo. You can see Waylander just holding the Molotov while the rest of his team die, unfortunately. Man advantage, and that molly is really early, but they're still going to have loads of time to defuse the bomb. I don't know why Hyper thought he was going to be able to do that. He just surfed himself up to the gods. That was absolutely crazy. So all the players are dead. No defuse kits, and they're going to have to run away. He didn't even have a kit. Why? Maybe he thought it would do a lot less damage than it did, but I mean...
Maybe he felt like he must have miscalculated, thought it would stop just as he's like at 10 HP, and he realized that there's no kits, so he had to defuse then.
That's kind of funny.
So...
He just ran through it as well. He could have jumped into it at least.
It made it look a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, 14-5, and Gambit are having a convincing result so far. You know, if they had the trouble closing on the other maps right now, they're making it look a lot easier for them. A fast play out of the T main to get onto the yard. Some nice nades coming out from a trend. I like the Molotov as well to try to do a nice positioning. The good smokes too, covering him as he approaches. And you can see that Adren has a fantastic position to the side of any CT players defending the bomb site. And his teammates, though, you know, they're getting kind of destroyed here, but the bombs still go down on the A bomb site. And Dozy is close there. He needs to be able to get one of these kills, and he'll get fragged. Now, a disadvantage for the T players. Although, well, also a slight advantage insofar as they have no idea where Adren actually is. And he's going to actually get nothing out of that push. That's very unfortunate. Now, Hooch, who's been spotted 1 versus 2, we've seen this kind of spot many times, but they line up. Almost giving it to Hooch right there. Very close indeed. And sometimes it just happens, and it's heartbreaking when you line up and give the round away. But not this time.
Okay, so 16-4. Gambit can keep the pressure on the CTs. You can see the CTs have won the round now, but they're buying down to every last inch of their economy. So if Gambit win this round, then the last round should be free, but easier said than done. They still have an 8th round lead over the CT, so it's going to be quite an arduous task. Mo coming in again with that wallbang attempt through the big chunk of the wall. Very curious to see that succeed. That one, because it just looks impossible with the size of the wall, but hey, it is a game after all, hey. Ooh. Rylan is going to go for it again. Yes, he is. Hooch down to 12 HP. Lovely shot there by Rylan, and Hooch must be very disappointed indeed. Let's see, we have 2 Gambit players outside the B area. Dozy are still loitering around long, taking a very passive position indeed, and they're just basically walking around, setting up for what seems to be an A take. Hooch has got the bomb run pop, and he'll have Waylander in for support perhaps, if required. But Furland's position may be very unexpected by Dozier and co.
Got the peak there, Dozier winning it, very important, pushing forwards now, and he can create an opportunity for his team on the yard. And let's see if that's actually going to be the case, but so far it's going to be trades and trades until there's very few members of each team left standing, especially AGG, down to just Repo. And he is against 3 now, looking to get himself to safety through the white halls, through the toilets, through the locker rooms,
through the back,
into the apartment-like area.
Common room.
A common room. It's like a really weird setup because you've got like this little room with like a kettle and some couches and stuff next to what feels like a gym kind of locker room / showers.
That's a good point actually.
But why
there's no privacy, Dan.
But why is it up there?
They're trying to cut off costs.
But because I would expect it there to be like a gymnasium nearby or something like that. But it's just up there. You go up some stairs.
Well,
and
they're probably all wearing boiler suits all day in the you know, on the trains. I don't know why you wear boiler suits on a train.
I would love if someone could give me a logical explanation as to what, you know, real purpose that room could serve in a realistic sense. I don't know that there is. Now that I think about it, it's blowing my mind. Oh well.
Rendered you unable to cast.
I think I'm unable to cast anyway, James, to be honest.
Alright, so 9-round lead now for the Gambit side, looking for their final victory of the day. AGG on the Force, which means Rollins on New York, but the rest of them are on pistol, safe for Repo on a Mag 7. We have Hyper towards IV, Rollins just roaming the A site. He's lording at the moment. Groovy is playing close in the drop. The Hyper's getting a bit of action. He's being a bit of aggressive at the moment, actually. Furlan in connector and Repo has a close position on lower B. So there we go. That was pretty much always going to happen in that situation. And Gambit having a bit of a struggle here. They've lost 2 players. Groovy's picked up an AK-47. Gambit, are they going to be able to close?
Yeah, kind of feeding some players away there. It's not really what you want to see. Oh, this could be another one served up nice and juicy there for Furlan. And indeed, he's going to pick that one up at the AK, and Rana's going to AWP away Mo. So just leaving Adren against 3 players. What? The taps coming in from Adren. However, it's not going to be good enough, although it was a valiant effort displayed by that man Adren. What are you made of, my man? Let's see whether Gambit after this Eco can get a strategy that works for them. After AGG is starting to show some sneakiness. But it does tend to be the theme that teams just struggle against pistols, James. Why is this theme?
Yeah, no, nobody can seem to close it out, but you know, just casually strolling down the ladder into Pop Dog when the team are on a 4th spike as your match point and you just reset their economy.
So, oh my god, someone was there.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Taken completely by surprise, of course. Well, Gambits are all stacking outside the B bomb site now. Furlan and Repo are on the site itself. Ronan in a position to quickly rotate. But what will Gambit do? What will they do?
Well,
what will they do?
They're gonna push and wreck some faces with their pistols.
So first player gets counter flash, and all the kills coming the way of the CT. So it doesn't look like we're going to see a plant here for the T side. Pot shots are being taken, but yeah, the money is not very good for the T's. You can see Dozy is on a mere $400, and the rest of his team are all doing worse. So we may see another eco coming up. Dozy has 4 more to find. Dozy is dead. Yeah, the money is still poor for Gambit, so AGG can continue to catch up. Seems there's been a lot of struggle to close a lot of these matches today and yesterday.
Generally, it does seem to be a bit of a theme. And Gambit on a full eco right now. There's not much they can do otherwise. Waylander gets Deeg and Dozy as well. So maybe we'll see some Juans. But other than that, there's not much really going on here. Oh. Should swap the Deeg out. Maybe. I guess it's fine, to be honest. You're not going to be in the front lines with the Deagle, though that said, he is the one that runs in first. So never mind. Bit of a formality here for AGG, just cleaning up these players. And Gambit can't get a single headshot to connect.
Nothing doing. Oh, there we go. 4 more to find. And that is that. So now we can get back into the meat and potatoes of this match. The buy coming out for Gambit. Can they close it out? They've still got 6 rounds to do it, but they'll definitely want to do it sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. Don't really mess around and toy with fates, or tempt fate rather, I suppose is the term. So here we go. We got Ralin on the AWP there on CT main, and is got some close support here. We're not really seeing AGG playing up close in the yard as you see teams sometimes doing, and that's a good strategy against opponents that like to go fast yard. They can be quite good, but otherwise, you know, if you want to stay more safe against the picks, stay a little bit further back like they are. And Gambits, they haven't really got any real estate just yet. Not really. They haven't taken Secret either. They haven't taken any control into Ali. They're just going to execute into the A site and just run and gun.
Well, let's see if it works out for them, if the variance of the A site will go in their favour on this occasion. We've got smokes all over the shop. Mo and Dozy are looking towards the Ivy position as Hush and Waylander come out of the Pop Dog. And everyone's just charging all over the place for this smokes. Mo's past Hyper, but Hyper has no idea what's going on. Dozy's coming through as well now towards the Ivy position. And he is moving back to join up with Ryan. Meanwhile, Ruby's being taken down around the bomb train itself. And we've got loads of people falling now. Ryan alone with 15 HP versus 4. We've got a few tagged players, so this could be the end of the road for AGG. Is it GG for AGG? Been waiting to say that for 2 hours, and there it is. 16-5, the last game will be taken by Gambit, so that's a solid 4-0 for them today.
Yeah, they generally looked pretty competent, James, is what I would use.
Competent's a good word,
Competent
Dan.
is a good word.
Indeed, it is. Lots of syllables for you to use there. Thorin, what were your thoughts on that match?
A good map for Gambit. It's one of their best maps overall, and you can see there the routine they have on the T side. Like when you're playing against them, like AGG was, you're gonna have to do a lot of work on your T side, or you're gonna have to have some otherworldly CT defense where you know what they're doing, or you've got the counter flashes. And AGG just played kind of a default setup. They didn't really have a whole lot that looked any different than normal. I think overall Gambit's shown that there's a class between these two teams here. Like previously, before the major, before the qualifier, I think most people would have had these teams around the same sort of level, you know, the same tier of teams. But I think you can look at this series overall and say, considering the other map was actually AGG's and this one was the Gambit one, I can see a level between these two teams overall. I actually think AGG's time to be a good team is kind of past, I think, actually. Like when they had that little run where they qualified for those majors and they had some upsets over teams, they looked like maybe they could be on the rise and they could be a Gambit-esque team, what the Gambit is now. But I think unfortunately they're doomed to kind of just stay down in that tier 2 to tier 3 kind of fringe area, you know. And as we saw in this competition, they haven't qualified, so.
Yeah, so Gambit off to a very good start here in the European qualifier. They will be in more action a bit later. We can actually have a look at the rankings and see how things are going in the European arm of things. Things in the things, Dan.
I do wonder actually what can be salvaged from that team actually, because I still feel like Hyper has a lot of potential in some of the other players, but yeah, as you can see,
it says qualifier, but that's a bit misleading because they go on to play Mouse and G2 in some best of 5. So yeah, they haven't qualified for the league just yet, but they have gone to the kind of final face-off, if you will. So commiserations to SK Gaming and to AGG.
Do you think it's depressing or a bit sad that an org like SK Gaming, I mean, are not going to be able to be part of something so huge as this league? I mean, do you think that their legacy is because SK Gaming is one of the biggest legacies in esports.
Certainly in Counter-Strike especially, yeah. Obviously at one point in time, the best team in the world, they've had that a number of times. And then even in the years when they weren't on top, towards the end of 1.6, they always had very competent teams. And the key thing, the key difference I see between 1.6 and now is that when SK Gaming would ever start to slide off in 1.6, they would make the big acquisition, you know. They'd go out and get a top player, they'd play them a top salary. And that it feels like that's the area where SK haven't really like gone all in on CSGO, because you look at the teams they've got and you hear the stories about who's getting paid what in the scene and how much the buyouts are and these sorts of things, and ultimately SK is trying to operate like a budget org in CSGO, and so they've ended up with a budget team, you know, and as a result, even when good players potentially come through the team, I remember they had Config in their ranks not so long ago, they can't hold on to them, they go off to other organizations. So I feel like it's not impossible for them to turn it around. They'd probably have to heavily invest now and start really, you know, like have a business plan for CSGO basically. We want to be here in a year, we want to be competing at top lands for these big tournaments. At the moment, aside from that very brief period at the end of last year where they had a couple of nice maps at Fragbite, that's really all we've seen from this SK team, and they haven't managed to live up to what the name value means. Because as you're mentioning here, I mean, for example, Gambit, this is an organization that was only known for League of Legends, actually, and even then, kind of a couple of years ago. So the fact that they're getting into a league like this and they're going to be represented in $1 million league, but SK isn't. Yeah, I think for history, it's kind of sad, but it's also kind of, it's just desserts in some ways. They haven't put in the work to build this really good CSGO team, and they haven't ended up one with. So in that sense, I think there's a logic to it.
All right, so in about 40 minutes, we are going to be moving to our North American segment of day 2 of the qualifying matches. So 3 more best of 2s coming your way. Again, that's in about 40 minutes, so we'll be on a break until then. See you for North America soon.